Let's talk about something that is pretty much every homeowner's worst nightmare: water damage. It can happen in a flash, but getting back to normal? That's a whole other story. We're going to walk through exactly what happens from that first moment of panic all the way to a full recovery. Okay, picture this. You're at home, you hear this weird sound, and next thing you know, there's water everywhere. Your heart starts pounding. What do you even do first? Who are you supposed to call? This is right where our story starts, that moment of impact and the crucial choices that come next. So, let's dive right in. When that disaster strikes, the first piece of the puzzle is figuring out where all this water is coming from. You have to know the source before you can even begin to fight back. And the culprits are usually names we've all heard before. Pipes freezing and bursting in the winter, the supply line to your washing machine finally giving up, or a nasty sewer backup. But sometimes the problem is literally built into the ground beneath you. This is wild. It really shows you how much your specific location matters. In a place like Champaign, Illinois, the very soil your house sits on can become the enemy. It expands and contracts, creating this relentless force called hydrostatic pressure that just shoves moisture right through your foundation. That's why basements can be such a problem spot. Okay, so the water's in. Now we enter what is, without a doubt, the most critical window of time in this whole ordeal, the first 48 hours. The water you can see, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real race is against an invisible threat that gets to work almost immediately. 48 hours. That's the magic number, and not in a good way. In just 2 days, what started as a water problem can explode into a full-blown mold infestation. This is why getting pros in there fast isn't just a suggestion, it's everything. It's what stops a bad situation from becoming a long-term health hazard. Now, before anyone can even start to fix things, they've got to know exactly what they're up against. And here's the thing you have to understand. Not all water is the same. Professionals have a system for classifying the water to figure out the health risks involved. It really breaks down into 3 main types. Category 1 is clean water, say from a broken water pipe. Still a mess, but not toxic. Then you have Category 2, gray water, which is stuff from your dishwasher or washing machine. It's got some gunk in it. But the one you really don't want is Category 3, black water. That's sewage or flood water from a river. It's dangerously contaminated, and handling it requires serious safety gear. All right, so we know the water type, the clock is ticking, and now the pros show up. And listen, this isn't about a few fans in a mop. Professional restoration is a highly systematic, almost scientific playbook designed to take control of the chaos. You're going to hear these 2 words thrown around a lot, so let's clear them up. Mitigation is the emergency response. Think of it as the paramedics stopping the bleeding, getting the water out, stabilizing everything, and making sure the problem doesn't get any bigger. Restoration, on the other hand, is the surgery. That's the actual rebuilding process to make your home look like it did before. So how do you know if the people you hired are legit? You ask about this, the IICRC S500 standard. Basically, it's the industry's official rulebook. It lays out the best practices to make sure the job is done safely and effectively. It's your peace of mind, your guarantee that you won't be dealing with hidden molds 6 months down the line. And that rulebook lays out a pretty clear 3-step game plan. Step 1, figure out how bad it is and get all the standing water out, fast. Step 2, bring in all the heavy-duty equipment to dry out the structure itself. And Step 3, once everything is proven to be completely dry, you can finally start rebuilding. And this is where things get really cool and where the pros earn their keep. They're not just guessing. They have tech, like thermal imaging cameras, that lets them literally see moisture trapped inside your walls that you'd never find otherwise. This is how they can say with 100% confidence that a wall is truly dry. So once everything is confirmed to be bone dry, we get to the part everyone's been waiting for, putting your home back together. This is when it starts to feel like your house again. And the list of jobs here can be huge. We're talking about replacing drywall, floors, insulation, the works. It's not just about slapping up new materials either. It's a craft. They have to match the paint perfectly, get the wall texture just right, all so you can't even tell there was ever a problem. It's a huge coordination effort, often bringing in plumbers and electricians too. Now, the big question, how does all this get paid for? Dealing with insurance can be a nightmare, right? Well, professionals have a secret weapon for that. It's a piece of software called Xactimate. The amazing thing is, it's the same software most insurance companies use. That means the estimate is written in their language, which helps get your claim approved way faster. To wrap things up, let's peek behind the curtain at the actual science of all this. Because once you understand how it works, you'll be so much better at preventing it from ever happening again. Knowledge really is power here.
This is probably my favorite part. It's not just about blowing hot air around. It's got a science called psychrometrics. By managing the temperature and humidity just right, technicians create something called a vapor pressure differential. In simple terms, they manipulate the air to make it super thirsty, so it literally pulls the moisture right out of the wood and drywall and into the air, where massive dehumidifiers can grab it and get it out.
So, how long does this whole scientific drying process take? Well, it really depends on what got wet. As you can see, something porous like drywall can dry out in about 3 to 5 days. But really dense stuff like hardwood floor or concrete slab, that moisture is in there deep. It can easily take a week, sometimes more. This is why you just can't rush it. You have to give the science time to work. So, after all that, what can you do right now? Because honestly, the best way to deal with water damage is to never have it happen in the first place. And it's about simple things. Check your sump pump. Look at the hoses on your washer. And for goodness sake, make sure you know exactly where your main water shutoff valve is and how to use it. These simple checks could save you a world of hurt.
And that really brings us to the bottom line, doesn't it? Your home is your single biggest investment. Water damage is a huge threat, but knowledge is your shield. Understanding the risks, the process, and the science of recovery empowers you. So the real question isn't if you're ready for a disaster, it's what are you doing today to make sure one never happens.